Hello and welcome to Unleashed. I'm your host, Will Bachman. I'm delighted to be here today with Tarek Matar, who is a former partner at Strategy and he is the founder of Scalar AI. It's a consulting grade engine that automates research analysis and visualization to produce high quality McKinsey level decks. And he's going to give me a sort of a visual tour of it today. We're doing an audio episode here. I'll be publishing screenshots of the tool so that you can see what I'm seeing. And those will be on the permalink for this episode. The link will be in the show notes. It'll be at umbrex.com/unleashed. So find the episode there and you'll be able to see the screenshots. You'll see what I'm seeing. Tarek, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Will. Thank you for having me.
All right. So give me the overview of what is Scalar AI. I see right now that you're sharing what looks like kind of a PowerPoint with Scalar as kind of a built-in add-in. So tell us what is Scalar AI.
Okay, so Scalar AI is basically an AI engine that allows consultants to build end-to-end slides and presentations. And this is really, consulting grade. It's built for consultants and focus on the consulting industry. Pretty much all the tools you find today on the market are targeted to the general mass audience. So if you go on, Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever, and you try to do a presentation, you would not really get the consulting grade McKinsey level kind of slide. So what we decided to do, we're a group of three founders. One of them is a research scientist ex-research scientist at Google Brain. Another one was also at Google, and myself. So what we decided to do is to build this tool that would allow consultants and consulting firms to build end-to-end client-ready slides. So this includes the end-to-end workflow all the way from the research. So you give it a prompt, it does the research for you, it does the analysis, it builds the structure, and it visualizes the slide. It gives you the outcome end-to-end, client-ready, ready to deliver to your client with all the data sources and everything that you need to know. Obviously, there are different functionalities in this. You can build a slide, you can build a deck. This is pretty much it in terms of what it achieves.
Okay, great. Well, what I'm seeing right now, and let's take a screenshot here so we can show people.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing just a normal PowerPoint open with a new blank presentation, new slide, click to add title. And then on the right, I see Scalar AI, and I can choose either slide or deck. And there's mode. There's a mode option, and right now it shows AI Gen, and there's a style drop down, and it's selecting Scalar right now, and it says describe your presentation, number of slides, and it says try. Create a 10-slide market entry strategy for a luxury brand entering China. So as like an example, prompt tells me how many credits I have left. So walk us through an example here. You can create either a single slide or an entire deck.
Yeah, so it can do both. It can create a single slide or it can create an entire deck. And in the deck mode, you can give it a prompt and it would create a deck. But the more effective one, for consultants who know that, is to give it the storyline. So as a consultant, I'm going to screenshot this as well. So basically, as consultants, you build the storyline for your deck, and then you give the storyline to the AI, and then it would build it for you.
All right.
So, but like I would rather start with the most basic and the most effective use case, and this is what most people use, which is building a slide, because consultants think in units of slides, and this is it. So if you go into the slide here, okay.
Yeah, and so we're on the slide version and the modes. So what are the mode? We're currently in AI Gen, but what are the other options? Text to slide, sketch to slide. Oh.
Yeah, we can try all of these today, but like the first one is describe what you want. It's AI generation, very simple. You give it a prompt and it builds a slide. And then there's another one, also gonna screenshot this, is text to slide. So basically you give it any text. This could be from a website, this could be from an LLM, it could be and something that you describe. Let's say you want to describe the slide you're building a strategy, and under the strategy there are 3 themes, and under these every theme is about that. You can describe your slide, you can put it in, it would build it for you. And the third one, let's say you're working with your team and you're whiteboarding and you decide to sketch a slide and you draw it, you just take a picture, you upload it to the product, and it would create the slide for you completely.
So you can upload a JPEG or PNG or
Yeah, every picture format is right, even PDF, anything.
okay. All right. You can take a picture of a hand-drawn or whiteboard or even a JPEG that was generated by Gemini or something, and then
Yeah,
you could upload
yeah,
it
yeah,
here
yeah,
and turn it into PowerPoint. That is cool. The text to
yeah,
slide, you can basically paste in instructions on what you
yeah.
want the slide to look like, as if you're talking to a business analyst. Say, hey, create me a waterfall slide. Here's the data I want to see, and then have a
Excellent.
big call out on the right-hand side, and
Yeah,
here's the title.
yeah, yeah. And if you see on the right, there's the style. Okay, also is gonna
Mm,
screenshot this. It can give every firm we sell to, we can create a custom brand identity.
yeah.
So you would have your templates and your colors.
Let's
So
talk
this
about
is
that a little bit. That's really important. Right now, you clicked on create your custom brand identity and it says create
yeah.
custom style, style name, etc. If you have like your own PowerPoint template in your style, can you upload that and have it turn that into a style or
Yeah. The way it works is obviously, so look, let's say this is the PowerPoint of your firm. So it's going to come with your template. This is in the slide master.
right?
When you go to the slide master, every firm has this built. So the
Sure.
background template is the firm template.
Okay.
Nonetheless, the colors of the boxes, the colors of the fonts, and everything will be what you can do here. So you can put in the colors from your color palette. And by the way, I tried it for different consulting firms. You can go online and get their brand colors, and you would put them here. You would give it the RGB codes, and it would save them. And you just do this once, and that's it.
Okay. So you can create your own, and then it will use the sort of not just the colors, but also the type of boxes and the headlines and
Yeah,
so forth that you like to use.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Yeah, we can try it together through a
uh,
simple prompt. But if we go back to the most simplest use case and the most demanded use case is the AI gen. So what you can do, you can describe here what you want. We can test it. We can test through a prompt from you if you'd like. So also you can attach a file. So similar to ChatGPT or to Gemini or Claude or whatever, you can, let's say you want to compare the financials of your company or your client to competitors who are like publicly listed. So what you can do is you can upload the file from your computer. It would include the data from there, and then it would compare it to data that's available on the web.
all right. Why don't you go ahead and dealer's choice here? Why don't you go ahead and create a slide for me and
Yeah.
show me
Do
how
you
it
want
works?
to try the prompt, or do you want me to come up
No,
with? I'll,
go ahead and do one that you've done in the past where maybe you have some data already that you could upload
uh,
and
I'm just gonna write something. I'm just gonna do something random. But I
sure.
would like you to come up with something as well, just so that it's random.
All right. Okay. We'll do that then. Let's see. Let's create a waterfall slide that
Okay.
will that will start with the revenue for 2025 as equal to 100 million and it'll do a build up.
Well, this is more in the text to slide. AI Gen is more like a benchmark. I can try to do something if.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a better example then.
So let's say benchmark the top.
Yeah, how about I was just looking at this last night. I was surprised that Turkey is the number 4 most visited country in the world. How about create a slide that shows the top 10 most visited countries by tourists?
Okay, okay, I'll do it like top five maybe. What do you
Sure,
think so
top
that we
5. Yeah,
can?
that's fine.
Okay, top five. Benchmark the top five countries in terms of international visitors.
Yeah, there we go.
You want to cover something specific or cover key city visited, and you want to, yeah, just like keep it like this, and then we can click generate. Okay, while it's working, I'm just gonna explain to you some features, okay, that we're building. This is coming next week. So what we're trying to do is to say that once a slide is created, what we can do is that we can edit and talk to the slide. So once the slide is there, now you just ask about the top five countries. You can tell it, for example, after the slide is created, and I'll screenshot this as well, you can tell it, please add a sixth country. Okay, or you
Okay.
can tell it, change the colors of the graph, or change the structure of the slide, or you know what I mean, all of the stuff. So it allows you to, by the way, all the out we'll see whenever the slide is generated, all of this is editable. So you can move the boxes, you can change the wording. Unlike a lot of the tools that are available today online, a lot of the
Yeah.
tools that are available online don't let you work on the slide yourself.
Uh,
This one lets you work on the slide. And it even lets you to talk to the slide, and the AI will do the work for you. Okay. Also, another thing to mention, we're going to help users as well through a prompting guide. Look, everyone knows AI is as good as how well you prompt it. So it's very important to know how to prompt and to do all of this. So we're going to have a prompting guide. And for companies that sign up with us, we're going to do trainings for their employees on the prompting. All of this will help them use the tool, more effectively. Also, we're going to have, video tutorials, and we're going to have also a lot of like best practice consulting templates as well. Sometimes you want to build your own slide and you need templates. We have a huge library. You can click on it, you can get the template that you want, you can work on it. So it's really, if you think about it, the slide is done, by the way.
Oh, good. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. All right. Number 5. It's pretty cool. France. Wow, this is sweet. All right. So what I'm
Yeah.
looking at is France comes up with the title. France retains global tourism crown with 100 million annual visitors driven by Paris and coastal resilience. Okay. Country
Yeah.
and rank. And even without asking it included
Yeah.
the flags. I was going to say, oh, we could tell it to add the flags. It shows the flags. It has number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. France, Spain, US, Italy, Turkey. It has the international rivals in millions.
And
Yeah,
the growth rate
and
as
the
well.
growth rate. It has a little year-on-year growth rate underneath, and it has a very nice bar chart. It's like really nice bar chart. We'll have to do a screenshot of this. It has
Yeah, I'll do that now.
a bar chart with the numbers, but it also has the number in text as well. Very nicely laid
Yeah.
out. And it has city and strategic insight. And it shows what the magnet city is and key insight. Paris hosted Rugby World Championship. I don't know if that was the main driver of Paris, but maybe. Pre-Olympic infrastructure boom driving surplus.
Yeah.
And it did give a source for the data. World
Yeah.
Tourism Barometer 2024 projection, pretty good. So really, I mean, if a business analyst came back to me with this slide in 7 minutes, I would be pretty impressed.
Maybe 2 minutes.
I would be pretty thrilled. How long did it take?
Maybe less than 2 minutes. And now we're introducing a fast option as well, because some LLMs are like have deep thinking, others
Right.
are fast. Yeah, so you can press the fast option and you will get it faster. Obviously, you would compromise a bit on the accuracy and the quality when you go for the fast option. But
Yeah.
anyway, even the long option doesn't take as much time.
Mm.
And remember that we asked it about the key city, and it gave it to us. And it even gave you a statistic. You can see like
Right.
an insight and a statistic. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so it has the total arrivals for the country, and then this magnet city, Paris, got 44.0 million visitors out of 100 million for France. New York, 11.1 million visitors. Thank you for spending your money in New York City, people. Thank you.
Yeah,
Keep coming.
best city. I hope I don't offend anyone. It's one of the best cities.
Actually, I'm amazed. Must be so many European visitors, but Barcelona got more international visitors than New York. I would not have guessed that. I would not have. And
Yeah,
Istanbul got more than New York.
yeah,
I would not have guessed that off the top of my head. I would have not guessed that Istanbul gets more. Anyway, beautiful slide.
yeah,
So, and then you're right in PowerPoint, right? So it's not like you
yeah.
can export it to PowerPoint and upload it.
No,
You're
no,
right in
it's there.
PowerPoint, so you could go ahead
And
and
you can move. Look, you can move boxes. You can do
yeah.
whatever you want. You can write stuff. You don't like the rugby thing. You can, So yeah,
I think it would be
yeah,
helpful to people to have like almost a playbook of here is a prompt and here is the slide it produced, so people could, to train people quickly on this thing. But
yeah.
all right, so it can
We're
produce slides, and this was with just a prompt with the AI generated. Keep going now. Maybe you want to show me
try to
a
show you
quick.
something else, but we can do it. I have to anyway. You're not projecting the screen, so let me, because I want to go on and show you the text to slide.
Yeah,
I
let's
have an
do
idea
that.
in mind to show you.
All right, great.
Just a second. I have to stop the sharing and do it again so we can move to another one.
All right.
I'm just make sure I took a screenshot of this. Very good.
Yep.
Just keep it so that the viewers can see it. And here we go. We go here and then share screen and window. Okay. So, I'm back to another one. We're going to
Okay.
do text to slide. Okay. I think deck is pretty much similar. We don't need to go through it because it's just a compilation of slides. But let's do the slide one, text to slide.
Sure.
What I'll do is I'll go to Google and I'll ask it, what are the 5, let's say you were doing a research about post-merger integration in banking. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm just coming up with anything. So I'm gonna ask Google, on Google search, what are the top 5 key success factors, or top 4, let's say, key success factors for post-merger integration in banking.
Mm.
Okay. I don't know if you can see my screen now, but I just gonna copy the text from Google,
All
okay,
right.
and just paste it here. So now you can see the screen. Can you see how I pasted the text?
Yep.
So look, I mean, it's a long text, very long text. A lot of details. Tells you governance. So 4 key factors: strong leadership and governance, and then with all the details, and then
Yeah.
okay. So a lot of text. So that's the point.
Right.
Sometimes you do an interview with an expert, and you have a lot of text, and you want to summarize it into a slide. So you
Mm.
just click generate, and then
Wow.
we'll
Okay.
see how it will come out.
All
Yeah.
right.
So look, this is very important because there's a lot of, and in consulting, a lot of meetings happen. Let's say you're having a meeting over Zoom and you're transcribing the call,
Right.
or let's say you're having a meeting with a client and there's the notes of the minutes of the meeting, and you need to reference that in the deck. So working this way with pasting text and getting the slide ready is pretty powerful, and we're getting a lot of questions about that in terms of summarizing, structuring, and all of this. So we'll give it a minute or two to
Yeah.
finish, and then we can discuss.
I was thinking the text to slide would be that you were going to give it super clear instructions. Okay, I want the headline to be this, and I want to have 4 boxes on the left hand side, and then some text boxes on the right, and these columns, and here's what I want in it. But you just pasted in some
Yeah, random
text,
text.
random text of here's 4, and we'll see what it comes up with. But so it's saying what can I do with this text of information about the 4 best practices around governance, and it's going to figure out some kind of slide to show us.
Yeah, but look, what you mentioned also is pretty important. So a lot of consultants are using LLMs today, and sometimes you can talk when you're working with an LLM. Let's say, like sometimes you ask an LLM to come up with a research report, or you're using Notebook LM from Google, and
Yeah.
you're doing research, and then you can tell it, I want on the left the top 3, give me the 4 or 5 themes. So what's nice about this is that, oh, the slide's ready. That was
Hmm.
really fast. So look at this.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice looking slide. I would be pretty happy with a analyst who came back with this slide. It's banking PMI success hinges on rigorous execution across leadership, early planning, culture, and technology alignment. And then we'll have a screenshot so you can
Yeah.
see it on our permalink page. Lays out 1, 2, 3, 4. It has these nice 4 sort of vertical rectangle boxes, and it lists the strong leadership and governance. And underneath that, it has 3 bullet points, and key outcome maintains momentum. And then early and meticulous planning. Planning begins during due diligence. Well, it's just nicely laid out. It picked some icons. It numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4 for us, but it also picked some icons. It did source it from the McKinsey and Company Financial Services Insights,
Yeah.
and really quite well designed. And it looks like a McKinsey slide, I would say,
Yeah.
with
And,
the McKinsey style headline, with the takeaway, and then the blue colors and so forth. It's just really nicely done.
Yeah, and look, imagine how much time this would have taken, like
Yeah.
with someone going through the information, summarizing it, reading it, visualizing it, thinking about it, all of that. And even look at the wording. It's just like everything is just like parallel and clean, identify, develop, set. It's very concise, very succinct.
Yep. It's following all the nice parallelism. So everything starts with a nice verb: identify, develop, set, conduct, transparent. Oh, well,
Yeah,
okay. Not that one, but
yeah,
deploy, audit, strategize, streamline. So everything is parallel, looks beautiful. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, good slide for discussion. So just taking
yeah,
that content and pasting it in there. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we can actually do. I don't know. Do we still have time? I can do a third use case that might be interesting.
Well, maybe show me what it looks like to do a whole deck. Like, I'm curious how AI generated. Maybe something for some kind of.
Yeah, yeah, we can come up with a storyline together,
All right.
and yeah, just let me do the.
Opening up a new
Yeah,
PowerPoint.
yeah, I can continue the same one, but because it's a different topic,
Oh, I
so I
see.
like to. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a reason. So
Oh,
let me
because a
come.
different topic. Otherwise, it's going to get the.
Otherwise, I would continue. I don't want to like mix and match content because it understands the context and all
Oh,
of
I
that.
see. So it's gonna be like
You know,
international travel. What does that have to do with bank post-merger
yes,
integration?
yes, yes. So I would rather start with a clean slate just to not to confuse the AI.
Mm,
And just like if you were doing a document and you're starting with a new subject, you wouldn't
right.
want to. Okay. So do you want to do so we have two options. Either we can do the deck or you want to do the another format of a slide, like
Let's
a different.
let's do a sample deck. I'm curious to
Okay.
see what happens when we do the AI generated deck. Not the storyline for each page. I can let's do the version of the mode of just AI generation where we tell it, maybe we say we've done this is just off the top of my head. We've done create like a ghost deck for let's say we've done a diagnostic of customer retention for a B2B information services company that sells like annual subscriptions. And we've just gone in and we're planning to do a customer retention diagnostic, and we want to get a ghost deck, maybe, I don't know, 5 to 7 slides.
Yeah, let's just keep it simpler. I would develop a presentation on customer retention for B2B, would you say?
Yeah, customer retention diagnostic, right? So like
Okay,
a present,
diagnostic
yeah,
for a what company?
B2B information services firm. So think like Gartner, LexisNexis, Thomson Reuters, something like that,
Okay,
that
so just
sells an
generate.
annual subscriptions.
I've done that. Okay.
Yeah.
Generate. By the way, we can do it. Look, it can give you good templates, and we will come and look at this. But like in general, as a consultant and as a previous partner, I like to storyline
Okay.
because the AI is very creative. It can
Yeah.
think of if you prompt it 5 times, you can get 5 different outcomes.
Mm.
Because that's how AI works. Because what happens here is that it's thinking of its own. When you give it a prompt and you want it like a document,
Right.
it would create its own storyline. It would
Mm.
create it's just being creative.
Yeah.
Whereas if you give it your own storyline, you can be much more effective. And because
Or maybe if you could even, I mean, you could start with ChatGPT, create your
yeah,
storyline there, and then you can
yeah,
refine
yeah,
it and make
yeah,
sure that you like each slide that it's coming up with. And then you can
definitely.
copy those individual slide descriptions and put it into the storyline option.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly. This is what by the way, when you give it a prompt, this is what it does. In the background, it builds a storyline. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean? It thinks of it. But again, it's as good as the LLM models that are behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and usually when you're using an LLM, you give much when you're prompting in an LLM, you give much more. You give context, you give the role, you tell it for example, you are a consultant, you are a strategy consultant. The context is the client came to you to ask you about this. Your objective is to build a slide about that. So once you prompt like this, you can get much better outcomes.
So while it's thinking, why don't you tell me a little bit about for independent consultants who are interested and say, wow, sounds pretty cool. Can you talk about the pricing of your tool right
Yes.
now? How do people sign up for it? Is it plug into your PowerPoint? How does it work?
Yes, so it's plugged into your PowerPoint. Once you sign in, once you sign up and you pay, you give us your email, we send you a link, and it downloads to your PowerPoint. It's very easy. Okay. To be honest, we haven't worked with freelancers yet. All our customers are companies, but when we can do it, we can actually work with freelancers in that sense. Okay, but if you're part, like let's say we do a partnership with a big syndicate or a group like Umbrex or whatever, we can give a special price for the members of that organization.
Wow, okay. So this is not like it's really, it is speeding up the work pretty significantly. It's also like an investment that you need to think about.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's not a, sorry, we had a small error,
Oh,
but we got some slides. But again, just let me tell you something. Again, this is not, think about all the time and money that you save
yeah,
with this. You know what I
right.
mean, it's not like I don't know, Netflix subscription. You know what
Hmm.
I mean? So this is
Yeah,
geared for B2B. Our main customers are B2B.
yeah,
But look at this, I generated like, two good slides about the topic. It says, we're talking about retention. It talks about acquisition velocity, about the engagement traps, about valuation impact, and then it gives you some sort of templates to use.
yeah,
Again, we gave it a very generic. So this is a value realization framework to recover money and to make sure retention is strong. But again, we gave it a very general prompt, and still it
right,
gives
right,
us like very nice slides, very good
right.
slides. So in terms of Ghost, it's good. But again, for me, the holy grail lies in proper like prompting and storylining to get like a proper, deck.
So
Unless you're a freelancer, that's what you're going to do in any case.
So you'd probably want to, instead of doing it that way, typically you'd want to first come up with your own storyline and
Yeah.
describe each slide of what you want to see, and then put, copy and paste each one of those slide descriptions into the
Yeah.
storyline option. Okay.
This is AI. You want to give it a deterministic outcome. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, because the AI is creative. It can
Huh.
think. I mean, it can come up with different things. But again, for me, the best way to use this is to think in units of slides, to develop your slide, to prompt it properly,
Yeah.
and you would get like a really good, really good outcome.
Now I saw it. There's a counter that shows how many credits you have remaining.
Yeah, yeah. This is just a look. The way it's gonna be. Let's say you get a subscription,
Uh-huh.
and like, let's say you get 250 slides a month.
Okay.
It's gonna be, and it's gonna be like a very good allowance. I don't think people would create more than these for the subscription. So it's pretty much unlimited in a sense, but it would give you how many slides are remaining. This is just a beta version here in terms of credit, but you'll have number of slides remaining. And the only reason we do that is that obviously when you use LLMs, you're using token, we're incurring costs. So it just we make sure that this is well managed as well.
All right. What happens if someone subscribes and then they don't continue their subscription after some point? They have like the sidebar, the scaler just kind of stops working or it doesn't show up or
Yeah. It would just like stop working. You can easily delete it. You just hit right click and delete, and it's gone.
oh, I see. You can remove that.
Yeah,
I-
yeah. It's just in your commands group, as you can
yeah.
see. So this is customizable, and you can just remove it.
Now some people might be concerned about like data security. And if you're plugging AI tool to your PowerPoint,
Let me show you something that we
all right.
can talk about. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this so that everybody
Yeah,
can
yeah.
see it. So this is our security protocol. I'm just gonna take a screenshot. Oh, you cannot see it, right? So let me.
Not right now, but maybe even download this PowerPoint so we can, make this even file available so people
Yeah.
can
Sure.
see the slides that are produced.
I can share the whole PowerPoint, but I just took a screenshot of that, and I'm just gonna go back to the Zoom to stop sharing. Where is it? Start sharing. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Let's see, it's coming up. All right, good. Yes, I see it.
By the way, all of our pitch deck here, our pitch deck is all AI generated.
Nice. All right. One would hope. One would hope.
Just didn't take me like a lot of time to do it because I just generated through AI and came back to it.
One question I have is what is the training data that you use to create all these nice slides? Did you have some
Yeah.
library of professionally like consulting style
Yes.
PowerPoint?
So there are like more than 10,000 documents in the public domain, and like from big consulting firms that are available. It's on Substack, it's on different places. So we use publicly available consulting documents. Again, the content doesn't matter. It's more about the structure,
Right.
how you think of a slide, how you structure it, how you analyze it, how you think of the research. So, but everything that has been used to build this is in the public domain.
Uh,
And yeah, so this is pretty much it.
okay, I got you. And these became public because maybe it was done for a government or something
Yes,
and they made it
yes,
public, or it was in a
yes,
lawsuit
exactly.
or something, so they
Yeah.
had to make it public. All right.
Yes. So this is what we did. Yeah, and you were speaking about security. Do you want to cover
Yeah,
this?
security.
Yeah.
So if you plug in Scalar to your own PowerPoint, will then it be a chance of any, information leakage out to the universe of no?
If you buy the secure SaaS, which is our base subscription, we're using enterprise LLMs. So there is no, by the way, the LLMs that we use don't train on your data.
Okay.
Because we bought like an enterprise, we have enterprise agreements, and this is part of the agreement. The other thing is what happens to your data, right? So what has happened? First of all, we don't keep the data from your slides. We don't store your slides. What happens is that the only thing we get from the client is the prompt, and then we generate a code that runs on the device of the client and generates the slide there. So
Oh,
the slide is generated on your device. We don't see it. We don't know how it looks like. We can't tell if it's good or bad. All of this. So this is number one. So the only thing that we get is the prompt, and even this we have a zero data retention policy. So data is encrypted at rest. We have data dischargement protocols applied to prompts and file uploads. So every periodic period, probably 24 or 48 hours, we discharge the data. We are discharging of your prompts. With companies, typically we sign NDAs and we let them have audit rights. The only thing we keep in this is anonymized usage data. So if we get an error, we need to get the error code so we can fix it. We keep a log of all the errors, so we continuously improve the products, the token count, so we can, know how many slides you generated, the service uptime, how much time it took to create your slide. This is the data that it's anonymized and that we keep. Obviously, we're, as you go along the security, we are selling to government, discussing with governments, with government entities. Some of them want trusted environment. And the last two options are more like custom, and they are more for government or private companies that are like very strict, security protocols. We abide by GDPR. Very important to mention, our security, our IT is aligned with GDPR.
Okay, great. So that's helpful. So if people are interested in signing up, it's US dollars, $350 per user per month. And how would someone go online and get set up with it?
We haven't opened it through like B2C or freelancers,
All right.
but like, for example, through the organization. So let's say Umbrex has freelancers, consultants, we can do it through Umbrex or another organization. So we'll work with that organization on opening it up for its members.
All
That's
right.
the best way. Yeah. So this will be the organization. We can even give a special price for the organization. And, for example, if you subscribe for a year instead of for a month, you'll get a significant discount.
All right. Well, Tarek, you and I can touch base about that offline and
to your member base and, and then take it from there.
And listeners, if you're interested, go and check out the permalink for this episode on the Umbrex website. We'll put in the show notes there any updates that we have about if you want to sign up as an independent consultant and member of Umbrex, if you want to sign up for the tool. I'll chat with Tarek offline here. We'll figure out what we can do. And just to be clear, Umbrex doesn't take any referral fees on this. So we're not going to be, we're not like a reseller of this tool. All right, Tarek, and just maybe give us a little bit more about like what it took to build this and you and your co-founders and how long it took. And I'm curious to hear a little bit about the backstory of building the tool.
So look, let me tell you, I was a consultant. I was a partner with Strategy and in Dubai, serving the region. And, I was lucky because, I was doing TMT and, then the data, we started working with machine learning even before ChatGPT came to life. So we were already, doing a lot of machine learning deployments for telecom operators, for OTT providers and media. And, so we were well versed with training platforms and data and all of this. And then after I left Strategy and I wanted to focus on AI, I wanted to become more kind of an expert in this field and move more from the advisory side to the building side. So I decided to partner up with some friends, two friends who have very deep technical backgrounds in AI. And then we started thinking about, we want to automate at the beginning. The idea was we want to go to our clients and automate their workflows and help, similar to Distill in the US, for example. For example, something like Distill or IBM Watson does not exist in the Middle East. So we wanted to do something similar. We started talking to clients, and then we said to gain credibility and all of this. And then we said we really want to build a product. And I started to think, where can I start? So I said, let me start from the industry I know the best, which is consulting, because this is where I spent 16 years working as a strategy consultant. So this is how it came to life. We sat together, we put the business plan for the company, we designed the offering, we built it, we hired some engineers, and it took us a good chunk of time to build this. This took a lot of time. So we spent a lot of time in stealth, building the product, not talking to any customers, just refining, fine-tuning, training, etc. And this is how it came to life. And now, we entered the commercialization stage.
Yeah. Well, I'll say that I have looked at, not necessarily all, but I've looked at multiple of these PowerPoint generation tools out there. And so far, they're all pretty bad, all the ones that I looked at, where it's like I don't know, sort of somebody's concept of what slides might look like, but who has never been a consultant a day in their life, and they're just terrible. They'll be like, oh, just enter a concept and we'll create a whole pitch deck from scratch. But not the ability to create good slides one at a time the way a
Yeah.
consultant would with a consultant's mindset and design sense. And that's what I'm seeing with your product. So, for somebody who's creating a lot of slides, 350 is it's a pretty modest number if you think about how much time it's going to save you, right? And allowing
Yeah.
even for a freelance consultant, allowing that person, enabling them to, it's basically if you saves you 2 hours of work, you kind of paid for it. 1 or 2 hours of work, you paid for it, and just automating and taking away a lot of that more low value type work. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So
If you think about it, it's like $10 a day or something. And then also think
yeah,
about, this is not designed for someone who's doing it, who's doing like a passion project or just needs a slide to go and
yeah,
pitch for it, in some like music club or something. This is
right,
a professional product. It's built for companies. It's built for consultants who need to have client ready, very advanced slides. So this is the point. This is probably a freelancer who's charging for a project. This is a
yeah,
freelancer who's talking to a client. So, he needs to make sure, he really needs a product that works well, that validates the data, that gives you something that's really, professional. And it will save you a lot of time.
mm,
So this is this time that you could redirect to someone to more to thinking as opposed to doing. And
yeah, just
yeah.
banging out slides. This would have saved me many, many hours over my
Yeah.
consulting career. All
And this
right.
came from pain. I spent so much, so many long nights in my career. I wish this was there. I really wish, we spend so much of time of our youth,
Yeah.
just working late at night, aligning boxes and thinking how to create the framework for the slide and then populating it and then editing the words and then revising. I mean, that's a lot of groundwork.
Yeah. So do you guys have a website right now, or
Yes,
other than the
yes,
permalink for this episode, where would you point people online?
yes. GetScalar.ai. So get and then scalar, SCALAR.ai.
GetScalar.ai. Okay.
Yeah, and anyone can contact us there as well.
All right.
Even like freelancers who want to talk to us directly. It's possible.
All right, cool. So we'll include that link in the show notes, as well as, any info for independent consultants that Tarek and I figure out some way to access the tool.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
thank you, Tarek, for joining, and congrats on what you've built.
Thank you so much, Will. It's a pleasure. I love the consulting industry, and I think AI will help the industry. That's what I'm hoping for, and to help us become more productive and efficient, and enjoy our life more, I would say.